Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and then you'd get my best watch videos every day straight to your inbox. If you like these watches, well, you can buy this one and 1,700 of its closest friends on the Watchbox.com. Buy, trade, and sell luxury watches 24 hours a day on the Watchbox.com. And today we are discussing the pilot's watch you may not have considered but can't afford to ignore. This is the Oris BC4 Flight Timer, stainless steel and remarkably versatile. There's a lot of smart engineering in this watch that frankly doesn't get the kind of exposure of more common pilot's references from Rolex and Omega. So let's talk about how it fits first. It's a quirky size, 42.7 millimeters across what you might describe as the round of the case from 9 to 3 o'clock, but this is not a conventional round case. So that measurement doesn't include the unusual internal rotating bezel control crown at 2 o'clock, nor does it include the dual time adjustment pushers nor the crown. The watch is relatively slim until you include that quirky bezel mechanism, as there are two ways to measure it, 13.7 millimeters thick or 15.2 when you bring this thing into the equation. In terms of lug to lug, it's big but it's wearable. As you can see, the lugs are tightly downturned and short cropped. So 51.3 millimeters, it does wear easily on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, and I think you'll find that on a wrist as small as 14 and a half, you can still pull this watch off from a fit standpoint. In terms of the heft on the wrist, it's very substantial. Oris builds a meaty product, and that's both the watch and the strap clasp. Let's take a quick look now at this clasp and the strap because they're anything but the norm. First, it is an aviator style strap, thick cut as you can see with sheer sides, so you can see its layers, contrasting stitch aviator style, and I appreciate that Oris hasn't gone for a fake simulated patina here. This is a brand new strap and it looks the part. It's very smooth. It is a dark brown, and you'll find that it's a handsome color that nicely matches the dark of the dial. You'll also note that the clasp itself is a clever piece. First, there's no trigger mechanism, nor is there a cheap clamshell. Rather, there is an unlocking mechanism that you must actively lift to unlock. So knocking it against a surface, you can't accidentally unlock the mechanism. It must be lifted. Now, it's a single swing arm deployant. I always prefer to see deployants on all luxury watches. You're paying more than $1,000 for a watch, you deserve a deployant. Oris feels that you deserve a great deployant. Not only is it a secure piece with an unusual and safe clasp mechanism, but there is actually a ability to tuck excess length underneath the strap itself. So it doubles up once you've sized it, and all you have to do to continue sizing is pull and it pops open, then you just draw however much slack in or out to size it for your wrist. It's a very clean look that eliminates minder loops. So I actually sized it precisely to my wrist just before this video, and you can do it just as quickly and just as easily. Now the case is something else. Oris clearly took a page from the Richard Mille playbook in that it is a modular case with the top, the bottom, the mid case, and the lugs forming a unique composition, and we'll get as close as we can now, but a unique structural composition that's almost like the machine brought from the inside out. It's almost as you're looking at a building or a car that's halfway finished with the internal skeleton and structure still visible from the outside. But the finish is nicely done. As you can see, contrasting finish is used throughout, polished accents about the edge, satin finish about the flanks, a longitudinal satin, and you can see just how short cropped and tightly downturned those lugs are. They help this large watch to wear compact. Now jumping to the dial side, once again taking a page from the Richard Mille playbook, having a top, bottom, and middle of a case, as well as large and unconventional fixing bolts on the top. So you can see that it's a highly mechanical aesthetic, but it is functional. Take my word for it. First, you take the unique bezel mechanism, pull it up to unlock it. You can turn, let's give ourselves a bit more light, you can turn this compass rose, and it can actually be used in both northern and southern hemispheres using related but slightly different techniques to find the actual true north during the day using the sun. Otherwise, it can be used for helping you plan headings while flying, and it can also be used as a reference as the quarter positions, such as 3, 6, and 9, are clearly marked, so you can use it as a timing organ just as you would something like a dive bezel. You push the crown down to lock the system, you pull the crown up to access the system. It's that simple, and it makes it quite easy to manipulate the internal rotating bezel when the watch is on the wrist. Now, if you're familiar with internal rotating bezels from the likes of Karl F. Bucherer and Audemars Piguet, you realize that it's often hard to manipulate this tool when it's on your wrist. So Oris found a way around that problem, putting the crown on top of the watch rather than the flank of the watch. There's more clever thinking about the crown itself. Now, this is the winding and setting crown. A quarter turn unlocks it, and a quarter turn locks it again. That gives you 100-meter water resistance, but it also enables you to quickly and easily unlock. Now, there's more going on here, because you have two different adjusters that can be used almost like the Ulysse Nardin GMT plus-minus system to adjust in either direction as you travel. And of course, there is a second time zone that also has, we'll turn that quarter turn crown and we'll move everything in sync. You can see there is an AM, PM, or day-night indicator on that second time zone dial. So you have AM, PM distinction for the second time zone, and you have the ability to quickly and easily set the local time as you travel. But there's more going on here. A lot of GMT or dual time watches force you to advance the hour hand endlessly or reverse the hour hand to change the date itself. Now, what I love about Oris's system is that they use the ETA 28362, and it is a real ETA, not a Salida. So you get a quick set and you get that dual time system. You get them both. You also get hacking or stop seconds. You pull the crown out and now you stop the seconds hand. You can synchronize to a known accurate reference time. The rest of the dial is handsome and upscale. You can see there's a crosshatch pattern about the matte base of the dial. Colors: white, silver, red, and black, and of course you have plenty of luminescence as well as applied, not printed indices, and that's an impressive refinement again, giving Oris's value orientation. You never feel like any corners have been cut here, and you have the triple date so that if the hand, the minute hand, does happen to superimpose itself over the date, you can always see the succeeding and preceding dates. So that's the logic of the triple date. You can always tell the date even if it's covered. Turning the watch over, and there's that ETA 28362. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Not a whole lot to see here. It's an honest and clean finish, but thoroughly industrial. Oris is giving you features, durability, and manufacturing integrity. This is not Patek Philippe, nor is it trying to be. It's based on a 2A24, so it's a thick and tough automatic that beats at 4 Hertz, that features bi-directional winding, a 38-hour power reserve, the hacking seconds, the dual time function, as well as the quick set. And once more, though this is a pilot's watch, it is water resistant to 100 meters. So throw it on a water resistant band and you have a full service dual time Sportster. You can see and you can purchase this Oris BC4 Flight Timer on our website. And we're back with the Oris BC4 Flight Timer. As you can see, fully luminescent. The internal rotating bezel actually gives you a fully luminescent reference point. So if you just want to line it up to perform nocturnal timing, you can easily do so. See it and make it yours by the light of day on our website.